Okay, so let's just talk about PDA for a second. This is a fetus's circulation. Remember that when we're inside mom, we're swimming around, so we are not using our lungs at all. So there's really no benefit to blood going to them, and that's where the PDA comes in. It's a connection between the pulmonary artery and aorta that allows blue blood, actually pink blood in the fetus, to bypass the lungs because we don't need them and just go right to the aorta. So when we come out, within the first 72 hours, that PDA closes. In term babies, about 99% of the time. But the more premature you are, the more likely that PDA is to stay open. And when that PDA stays open, like it is here, now the flow reverses. And now we have blood from the aorta, which is higher pressure once you're born, flowing into these children's lungs. So obviously this is associated with a number of very bad things for premature babies. So we spent several months with our engineers, our nurses, our technologists, myself, developing what we thought would be the safest, smartest way. This is all being done in our simulation center. How would we close these PDAs in such a tiny baby? How would we adapt the technology that was already out there for this population? It turns out that at the time, this is around 2012, there was a closure device called the AVP2, which is a self-expanding nitinol plug that we use in all kinds of cases. And it's pretty small and it's pretty soft. And we thought at Cedars, maybe if we could figure out a way to get this into these tiny babies, we could successfully treat this. We eventually got there, and we developed a procedure through our work where we could actually close these PDAs. Now, this is great and a very good result, but you can see what our problem is. If you're off 1/2 millimeter in either direction, you have no wiggle room. So although we were able to invent a procedure, we didn't feel it was a transferable procedure, meaning that the rest of the world can do it. So we realized that we needed something better than this AVP2. This exact company, this is Abbott, had another device. It was called at the time 8002AS, subsequently renamed Piccolo. And there were several wonderful things about Piccolo, but perhaps most importantly, it came in these tiny little 2 millimeter lengths, 2 millimeters. Well, that's what we felt we needed for these babies. And they had this device, but there was no intention on releasing that in the US. Turns out to release things in the United States, you have to go through the FDA. It's very expensive. And from a business standpoint, these are all for-profit companies that didn't seem to make sense to them. And something miraculous happened. With a lot of people's effort, we were able to form a new and very important model of collaboration. And this was probably more important than the actual research itself. And that collaboration was formed between us, the clinicians in our hospitals, the industry, Abbott in this case, and really caring, beneficial advocates in the Food and Drug Administration who really wanted to see us get this done. Through this collaboration, they allowed us to perform a very safe, but very fast, very inexpensive, very limited trial of this Piccolo device, which really we had developed the procedure with the other device, and we were able to show that we could have a 99% success rate with this procedure. And we don't get 99% success with many things we do. So we showed that to the FDA, and in January 2019, we had the first device specifically designed and approved on label for neonates with cardiovascular problems in the history of our country. So we're really proud of that. I mean, the reality of it is, and this is why I'm so happy to be part of CHF, is that the reality of it is it's very hard to get funding for what we do, because as much as everybody talks about how we all have children and, the money's not there. What you guys are doing is really, really important.